Hey everybody, it's Marty the JavaScript Party and my buddy Rhett. I got her a nut. There you go, buddy. And we are doing stuff. My cat scratched me on the throat yesterday. That was weird. Anyways, so if you see, I don't know if you can see it or not, but I did want to definitely acknowledge it if you can't see it. So we are trying to get sort of we're trying to get it to where, so right now, like whenever you add a whole bunch, they end up in a grid here, which is really going to be in the future our custom layout. And then we're over here, we're going to be able to swap back and forth into list or custom. And generally the idea is that if you want to do any editing, that's sort of the entry part to editing. So right now we just, because of time limitations yesterday, we just got it to where we have the three dots here. But what I would like to do is kind of have it look like a little grid, and then to start with. So what I need is an icon, and this is in my app layout menu. So let's go to the app layout menu. And so basically we want this to be something like grid. I don't know what it's called. Sometimes you can get lucky and you can just type in what makes sense, and it'll be that. And that was not it. Okay, so I don't know why, but like that to me, I find that to be so. Basically, that's what I want is that little thing. Um, so, uh, and that's I think that was called Google Apps. Google Apps. So it's a pain in the butt to figure out what icons are. That's weird. It is weird, but so in Chrome there is an icon is for Google Apps, and it's 9 dots, 3 columns, and 3 rows. What is the mat icon for that? Question mark. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that's fine. So apparently this is called apps. It won't be the exact thing. It's so wild that Google wouldn't use mat icons. I mean, like it's their icons. Was it apps? Oh, apps for plural. There we go. Yeah, so that's good. I think that's perfect.
Wow.
Okay, and then okay, so is there one like this, but
Wow.
just has the far left, 3 in the first column, table. View column. Table rows. Let's try table rows. No, that's not what I want. I know I don't want more vert. View column. I swear, I feel like there's some sort of secret sauce of when you use dashes versus underscores. I don't know what that is. No, definitely not that. Well, I guess maybe table rows was it, but let's see what view sidebar is. I guess I just had it in my head that I would have like 3 dots in the list with the. I kind of want the reverse. Okay, so let's try view columns again. No, table rows. Yeah, I guess that'll be fun. All right, and then it was apps was the first one. So basically, we want to have either one or of two to show up. So let's just do this. I don't know what's going to happen if I do this. It's funny because we're about to start working on what are we about to start working on? Routing, and that is probably to me one of the most difficult questions in an interview because there's just so many different flavors and variations that you can do when you're setting up routing, and everyone thinks that their variation is the variation, and it's just like you almost have to guess based on just talking to them what their variation is in order to give them their right answer. So that's always a trick. All right, so over here we need a component variable. I kind of went back and forth. Like, should I just go straight off of the, like, why not just go straight off of the whatever's in the route, right? Like if the route is for custom, then show this one if the route is for that. But then I kind of started thinking about how like unintended consequences. Like one of the hardest things in coding is making an unintended consequence, and when you do that and try, so if someone changes things, it may not be super obvious that they're tied together. But if you have you can kind of describe what your intentions are by a variable name. So it's like layout, and so a layout can be two values right now, and the first one would be custom. And so now we're going to say over here, and I see if I could do this from memory now. Is it at if? Can't remember if that's how that works. And then at if layout equals tabular. And then come in here and change this to tabular. Put my semicolon. I've been doing a lot of Cypress lately, and it's like I don't think you put semicolons there. At least none of the examples have semicolons. So so see, do we have any? We do, right? We have interfaces. Let's close this up. Speaking of testing, interfaces, and then we got animations, triple. So we got 5 of these things. 5. So this is, and that's under ST. So I think I would rather have a new folder for UI. So this is UI specific only, or layout. New folder. Layout will probably only have one thing in it, and that's always an interesting sort of thought exercise. Is like, okay, so if there's only one thing in the folder, should it have a folder? You know, that's always weird to me. But anyways, so we got it's kind of weird because the name of it would be layout as well. But I think we're okay. I think it. I guess I call it layout dash types. And you normally I would have used the tool, the CLI to do this, but it seems so overkill for for interfaces, because literally the interface will have almost nothing in it. It's not, I guess it's a type, not a. And it can only have two values. Is that like that? Maybe you put it equal. It's been a while since I've done this. And it's custom or oh my gosh. Where is it? Where are you? Where's the pipe? There you go. Or where? And then I guess this would have its own. Yeah, so that's going to have its own index. I don't know. I guess it doesn't. Yeah, I guess it makes sense to. I don't know. Let's just do this. If we start adding other things, I'm a little bit like, is this going to be the only one in here ever? And we will import our layout type, which came from our interfaces. So now we can. This can only be one of two types. This can only have one of two values, either custom or tabular. And so we're just going to say toggle, and returns a Boolean. This is kind of a new thing for me too. Is that, and then you know, now I'm trying to always return stuff so that the unit tests are a little bit easier to be, return true. And then a lot of people like to do sort of shorthand things in here. I don't really feel like I don't really feel like that helps anything. So we're saying, hey, if layout is equal to custom, then change it to tabular. Else if and then it makes me think, okay, so and Yeah, I guess, man. Changed. False. Changed is equal to true. So basically, if something comes through here that isn't a tabular or custom, then I guess we'll return a false. Nothing changed if we did it, just stayed. Changed. And basically, in either case, so for this button, it is 8:47, and it is May 28th. It's been raining and raining and raining here. It's pretty cool. In the 60s Fahrenheit, which is bizarre for this time of year. If I'm being honest, though, it's like my entire life. Everyone's always said that the weather was weird. I remember as a child, everyone was talking about like, oh, there's an ice age coming, and then they were talking about like frying eggs on sidewalks. I remember that. You know, they fried an egg on a sidewalk in Death Valley, Arizona. You know, so I don't know. I don't know what to think about that. Okay, so basically we just need to have it set at the custom, and then all right. So so the next, so I guess this is, no, I was going to say this is a really good point to, yeah, I think this is a good point to do a commit, because I would love to get my routing in its own commit. And I would love to focus on the unit test for routing when, you know, like when it's just routing, because routing is weird. Routing isn't weird. Routing is like something that I don't, it's like there's a lot of moving parts there and I don't understand them all. And so I would love to have a better understanding of routing. So I think it is time to move on. So to commit. So I think it's time to, let's see if I can write this unit test. Should toggle. And then, so that is, this whole thing is our specification. And then this text here, they call that an assertion, which I don't think is a very good name for that. I could be wrong, but it seems like that is a description, not an assertion. I think this whole thing, this entire specification is an assertion. Or at the very least, I think this expect is an assertion. It's asserting something. Let's see, layout. Hello. Cool component dot layout, and then component dot toggle. And then we want to expect layout. Oop. And this, I don't, do we do types in here? What? Layout type. Cannot remember if we do strong typing in here. We must, because it is a TS. So see, that time it just automatically brought this up. to equal so the layout should equal, after the first time, should equal custom. No, tabular. And then we'll run the toggle again. So in general, I don't like doing things on the, like I like everything to be pure, but it's just like, you know what? I think that actually does make sense. Instead of returning a Boolean, let's return the layout type. Let's just get rid of that together. This is pretty cool. I mean, I like the way this feels. I don't know if it's ideal or not. You know, this is like kind of a new, I haven't really embraced unit testing before. So, and this is probably the closest to like sort of the pure, almost TDD, right? Like I wrote the code and I'm writing the test before I'm even starting the unit test thing. So I'm slowly moving into that direction. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. And I don't think we need this one. And we'll do the same thing again. We don't need the let anymore. We don't need to declare it, to strongly type it anymore. And now it should equal custom. Where are we at? 854. Let's F describe this. Oops. npm run test. So what we're hoping to do is just get 100% in here. And did we make any changes? Well, we did make some changes in this app component. I do not think we made any changes that would have, yeah, we didn't make actually any changes in the TypeScript though. So that's good. So I think this is all we needed. Unit testing will have everything covered. We could do a commit and then start on routing. And then it'll be really nice to just sort of put the microscope on this routing concept. I learned about these Microsoft Power Toys yesterday, and setting up like something. Okay, so the unit tests, I had 3 tests run and they passed. I don't know why there's 3. It seems like there should only be 1. Can we see? But yeah, app custom layout should create. That is weird that out layout menu. Yeah, I'm really confused. Oh, because I don't know why, because we did the F describe on there. All right, let's go ahead and just create one of these so that my index, so my coverage. I think I'm good though. Like I really do. 100%. Yeah, so I think that's all that's what we could hope for. Now, if I get rid of my F in my spec, wait for it to run. That is wild. We only got It says only one ran. So I must have another F describe. Did I check in an F describe? I bet you I checked in an F describe. I've seen people do this so many times. It's so easy to do. All right. Yep, 100. Or everything passed. And we're looking for hundreds all the way across. Yep, I think so. Tomorrow I just run the end-to-end test, just make sure nothing's broken on that. Make sure they all pass, I guess is really what happens. And then we're done. It is 8:57. Got to go. Happy coding, everybody. Bye.